Welcome to Yoga for Hips. This is a sequence for continuing yoga students. If you are new to yoga, please click the link below to start with easy yoga for beginners. In this sequence, we will learn how to increase flexibility and gently strengthen the muscles around the pelvis and lower spine. You will need a bolster or some folded blankets, some yoga blocks or pillows, and a yoga strap or tie, and have a wall nearby. Pause the video and take a moment to gather the items you will need. To begin, place your feet on the wall with your legs in a wide V. Roll your feet outward and then lie down on your back. Flatten your lower back by bending your knees slightly to roll the tailbone under, and shuffle into the pose until you feel comfortable. Keeping your back flat, stabilize your pelvis and externally rotate your legs. Roll your feet towards the floor. You may not be able to rotate your feet all the way down to the floor in your first try, so just roll them as far as you feel comfortable. Notice the stretch in your pelvis and thighs. Shift your hips on an angle to the right to come into supine triangle pose, turning your right foot all the way down to the floor. And turn your left foot up so your toes face the ceiling. Let your left hip pop up off the floor so that the emphasis is on your right leg. Externally rotate your right leg even more from the hip socket, and then breathe into the stretch in your inner thigh and hip. Pause for a moment to allow the leg and hip to soften and let go. Shift your hips to the left, repeating the pose on the left leg. Externally rotate your leg as far as you can while being mindful to not arch your lower back. Breathe into the stretch in your left hip and inner thigh. Let go a little more with each exhale. Breathe down into your low belly, continuing to soften your breath as your body starts to unwind. You will need your strap next for reclining big toe pose. Take your strap around the ball of your right foot and place your left foot on the wall. Push your left heel into the wall while you push your right heel toward the ceiling. Take a deep breath into the stretch in the back of your right leg and calf muscle. Place your strap in your right hand and then let your leg fall over to the right. As you swing the leg over, practice externally rotating it, just like you did with your foot on the wall. Push your left foot into the wall and then breathe into the stretch in your inner thigh. Let your muscles lengthen and let go into the stretch. Switch legs, placing the strap on the ball of your left foot and rolling the strap around your hands to get a good grip. Bring your elbows down to the floor to create stability in your upper body as you continue to breathe into your pelvis and legs. Take the strap in the left hand, swing your leg to the left, and practice your external rotation on this side. Check that your shoulder blades are placed evenly on the mat. Ground your right foot into the wall and breathe down into your low belly. While you are inhaling, take a moment to notice the nourishment available to you in your breath. And as you are exhaling, let go a little more into the stretch. Come back to center and place your strap off to the side. Roll over onto your side and push yourself into table position. Place your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Flow into 2 cat-cow stretches to re-energize your spine. Exhale, round your back and bring your chin to your chest. Inhale, arch your spine and look up. Once more, exhale, round your back, stretch between the shoulder blades. We will now move into lunge pose. Walk your hands forward slightly, and then swing your right foot up in between your hands. Slide your left foot back so that you can deepen the stretch in your back leg. Come up onto your fingertips and open your chest. If you need to, place a pillow under your back knee to cushion it. Switch sides, bringing your left foot up between your hands and slide your right knee back. Check that your knee is directly over your ankle. Breathe into your back leg and slide your pelvis a little closer to the mat. This is a great stretch to lengthen and open your hip flexors. Step your left leg back and place your hands on your mat. Fingers spread wide. Push yourself into downward dog pose. Bend your knees a little so you can swing your chest in towards your thighs. Lengthen your back and then straighten your legs one at a time, keeping your back aligned. Straighten both legs, lift your heels high, and lift your sit bones. Using the strength in your arms, push your body back, opening the backs of your legs while you take your heels a little closer to the floor. Take a few big steps forward and hang in standing forward bend. Move your feet about shoulder width apart and slightly bend your knees. Clasp your elbows and hang as far forward as you can without straining your hamstrings. Let your torso hang and let your arms relax. Slowly bring yourself back up to standing. Come over to the wall for a modified triangle pose. This variation will help train the body for proper alignment in triangle. Curl your right toes onto the wall, and then slide into a triangle stretch, taking your right elbow to the wall. Notice how this automatically lengthens the right side of your waist, giving you even length on both sides of your torso. Take a few breaths into the deep stretch in your right leg. Now move away from the wall and come into full triangle pose. Turn your right foot out and your left foot slightly in. Reach your elbow toward the wall, but this time continue reaching, and place your hand on your right shin or ankle. Lengthen both sides of your torso evenly. Breathe deeply. Switch sides, starting with the elbow to wall variation. Curl your left toes to the wall. Step your right foot toward the back of your mat. Lengthen sideways to reach your elbow to the wall. Feel how the side of your waist elongates as you do this. While you hold the stretch, see if you can externally rotate your left leg as if rolling your thigh bone back in your hip socket. Take a few more breaths to balance the two movements of external rotation and lengthening the torso. Move away from the wall and come into full triangle pose. Lengthen your torso as you bring your left hand down to your shin or ankle. Continue to practice balancing the movements of lengthening through the torso and rotating your left leg. See if you can also externally rotate your right leg and lengthen your lower back for an even deeper stretch. We will now move into Warrior Two pose. Grab your 2 yoga blocks and stand with your back to the wall. Step your legs wide, with your back heel close to the wall and your front foot turned parallel to the wall. Bend your right knee until it is directly over your ankle, and then slide your block between your leg and the wall. Place your second block between your back leg and the wall. Raise your arms, open your chest, and engage your leg muscles to squeeze the blocks into the wall. Become aware of your core strength as you move your legs back and draw your belly in. Breathe. Come up and repeat this stretch on the other side. Sink into Warrior Two on the left. Place your blocks between your legs and the wall. Stretch your arms away from each other. Notice which muscles engage as you squeeze your legs back. The block on your back leg makes the pose much more challenging, so feel free to use only one block on the front leg for a modified version. This variation of Warrior Two is a great way to train the legs and back for proper alignment in this pose. Let's come into full Warrior Two now, so you can apply the leg movements. Move your body away from the wall and step your feet about leg length apart. Turn your right foot out and your left foot slightly in, and then bend your right knee until it lines up with your ankle. Reach your arms apart. Remember the feeling of squeezing the blocks to the wall. Feel that movement now as you open your inner thighs. Move your right knee back towards your pinky toe. Engage your core. Lengthen your lower back. And breathe into the stretch you are creating for yourself. Switch sides, lunging into your left leg. Remember to squeeze your legs back and engage your core. Open your chest as you reach your arms apart wide. Breathe into the openness in the front of your pelvis. As you inhale, create even more length across the span of your arms and your inner thighs. As you exhale, enjoy the strength and power of this pose. We will finish the sequence with tree pose. Come to simple standing pose and take a moment to feel the bottoms of your feet on the floor. If you need a wall for balance, stand close to one and keep one hand on the wall. Take your right foot and place it on your inner thigh. Once you are steady and feel balanced, raise your arms overhead. Then engage your core. Flatten your lower back. Externally rotate your thigh. Move your right knee back. Breathe into the openness these subtle movements create in your hips. Come back to simple standing pose to switch sides. Take your left foot to your inner thigh, and when you feel steady, raise your arms overhead. If it feels like a strain to raise your arms, feel free to keep your hands at heart center. Engage your core. Move your left knee back and remember to enjoy the pose. Breathe into your hips, and as you exhale, let go of any lingering tension. Come back to simple standing pose. Push your feet down into the earth and lengthen your spine all the way to the top of your head. Lift your head towards the sky. Open your heart and invoke a feeling of gratitude for your body's deep wisdom. Thank you for sharing this practice with me. I hope you will join me for part 2 of this sequence. Namaste.